Hello guys and welcome to the moon. My name is Carl and I'm going to bring you this cryptocurrency video and this collaboration with Altcoin Daily. We have Aaron and Austin and they're here to share their crypto information or crypto
perspective.
advice. Yeah, perspective. That's the best word to use, I guess. All right, so let's start right off with a big question for you guys. Are we in a bull market? Are we going to see new all-time highs for crypto in this bull cycle?
Yes, Carl, first of all, thank you so much for having us on. As you know, on our channel, we cover the whole market, all cryptocurrencies, everything going on in cryptocurrency. We talk about it. Of course, we have our biases. You know, we're bullish on some coins more than others. But I like to think we have many mutual subscribers who subscribe to both you and who subscribe to us. Now, am I bullish? You could call me biased maybe because, you know, obviously part of my career is talking about crypto, but, you know, part of my career is talking about crypto because I am so bullish. I mean, literally on our channel, whenever I make a video, it's like I always try and like reason things. You know, if we're bullish, if this coin is bullish, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, or the whole market, I try and like, you know, reason based on on-chain data, news, different progress, developments, the narrative that, you know, it's such a big part of cryptocurrency still. So I'd say I'm 90, 95, even 100% confident. Not a financial advisor, but I'm damn near 100% confident that we are still in a Bitcoin bull market, hugely bullish on Ethereum, and, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. I mean, things are so different this time compared to every other cycle, from the amount of regulations to the awareness to the on-chain showing that, you know, coins are being accumulated, you know, greater than we've ever seen. I mean, we just saw Coinbase Q2 revenue. It's in the $2 billion. The millions and millions of users just in the last quarter alone, which is like just so much bigger than everything we've seen. So yes, I'm confident that we're in a bull market. Austin, what do you think?
Just to back that up, one thing we do on our channel is, you know, we reference the news, we talk about perspective, but then we always sort of take the reasonable approach. Okay, prove it to me. And one thing that's always sort of driven these bull markets is the supply shock, the Bitcoin halvings that happen every 4 years, where even if demand just stays the same, it doesn't improve at all because there's half the supply coming into that faucet, price goes up. There's not enough coins. That is still driving this market. So like we've been focusing on the on-chain data over these last few months, showing that coins are leaving exchanges. We can see, like we don't have to guess. It's all public, transparent on the blockchain. We don't know who has these coins, there's addresses, but we can see how everything is moving. So right now, based on the on-chain data, people are still scooping up Bitcoin and Ethereum, taking them off, trying to find yield, or just hodling for the long term.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think it's very cool because Bitcoin is the only asset in the world where you can actually dig into the fundamentals like that and look on chain, and you can get the exact numbers, exactly how many people are holding Bitcoin, and all of these like on-chain metrics. And like you say, it's they're all pointing towards the bullish side. Actually, during this downtrend, we saw the amount of Bitcoin or addresses going up. So more and more people were accumulating Bitcoin, even though the prices were going down, and that was like a big divergence, right? So yeah, I also like to take a look at these fundamental indicators, maybe not for short-term trades, but for accumulation. Just seeing, is Bitcoin cheap right now? And I think I agree with you guys. I think we're in a bull market, and I think we've seen a big dip, and I think that it was just a opportunity to buy Bitcoin and crypto for cheap. So I guess this leads me to the next big question. Now that we're still below all-time highs, and you could make the case that Bitcoin is at a fantastic buying point. I think we all agree with that. But are there any altcoins that you are looking at right now that you think are cheap compared to the prices that you expect in this bull cycle? What if you could pull out 3 of them? That would be amazing, guys. So we can all take a look at your favorite picks.
Okay. The top altcoin question. I expected this, and we do cover this on the channel daily. So I do like talking about it. I just want one thing for your audience to understand, which our audience knows, is, at least for me, I consider myself a more conservative investor, meaning the majority of my portfolio, probably like 70%, is Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you might go 20, 25%, the high caps, the Cardanos, the chain links, and then 10%, I'll go lower, I'll speculate, and they could go to 0, they could pump, That's the fun of it. That's half the fun of being in crypto. But knowing that, you know, the majority, my mindset is the long term. I'm not trying to, you know, to flip stuff on the daily. I'll make a cycle trade or I'll do a long-term trade. So to answer your question, one specific coin that I think is getting a lot of hype, but I also think it's very warranted as well, is we just saw, this is not it, but we just saw Ethereum do EIP 1559. That was a huge event. A lot of people thought buy the rumor, sell the news, and it wasn't. People were more bullish on ETH. A certain amount is burned with every transaction now with EIP 1559. I think, this is just my opinion, I think we're seeing Cardano and its lead up to smart contracts follow a very similar bullish pattern, just meaning outperforming a lot of the other assets like Ethereum, like Bitcoin. They're launching smart contracts unless it gets pushed, which anything can happen, either August 31st or maybe the first week of September, not launched yet. So Cardano, for me, it's a longer term hold, but I'm just talking in these next, 4 weeks, less now, I guess. I think Cardano is following a very similar bullish path as the others. Now, if we're going more lower cap, because I think a lot of people know of Cardano, they know the higher caps. The two verticals that I'm kind of most interested in right now is one, play to earn games, and two, just DeFi in general. Obviously, we know DeFi, and social tokens. So I guess three, and I guess you could include all that in DeFi. Social tokens are not going away. I have no clue, which will make it. I guess the leaders right now are Rally, that has huge VC funding from Coinbase, et cetera. There's Chiliz, which is, they're really dominating in the athlete section, bringing on athletes or teams for social tokens. And XCAD, which is really dominating with the YouTubers like Mr. Beast and KSI. I own XCAD, either can make it, either could go to zero. I have no clue, but just that vertical in general, I am very interested in. And then play to earn games. I'm not a gamer. The last game I played was Super Smash Brothers on GameCube or Mario Kart on GameCube. So for now, I'm just watching. I can't pick. The reason I like this space is just because people are going to come for the fun game. And we've seen the proof of concept of Axie Infinities. Obviously, it's hugely over. I think that could correct a little more. It's pumped hugely in the last 7 weeks or whatever. But just in general, people come for the fun game and they stay to earn along the way. So if we're talking about cryptocurrencies that could survive in the bear market, I'm not talking about price. I'm just talking about fundamentals, onboarding new users. It's those fun games that also have a cryptocurrency attached that I'm really interested in.
Okay. And I think these were all great picks. I think that people will find it very interesting to know what you guys are looking into. And I think that's something else that people are very interested in right now is NFTs. I've started to hear that all that hype again. We saw a cool down in the NFT hype, but now it seems like people are talking about it again. Do you see this hype continue? Do you think that NFTs are gonna, like, for me, just my personal opinion, I think that there are so many NFTs out there that are completely overvalued. I mean, we've seen artwork getting sold for tens of millions of dollars and small kids making tens of thousands of dollars just like that, For me, that sounds like a bubble, but I would like to know what you guys think. Do you think that there is real value there, or are we in just a big bubble?
I think there is real, undeniable value with NFTs. I agree with you. There's a lot of NFTs which will become overvalued. It's probably going to be like 2017 for altcoins, where we see all these NFT projects pump based on almost nothing, just hype. But as time goes on, I think NFTs do have real value. And you could make the case that, one, two, or many brands of NFTs are like Beanie Babies, but to say the whole thing is like, Beanie Babies, I disagree. We interviewed director Kevin Smith on our channel, and he told us directly, he's like, I knew about Bitcoin and Ethereum, a couple of years ago. I was just never that interested in it. I do get collectibles. I do get NFTs. And NFTs can be many different things. We haven't even really seen them. We've really only seen them in like digital artwork. That's where it's really taken off. And now we're just seeing Axie Infinity with gaming. But if all NFTs is like a barcode on a digital picture, if that's it, which I think they're way bigger than that. But if that's it, then that's just like a signature, and that is like a digital signature. And the collectible world is huge. Personally, I think right now we're near the top of a little bit of an NFT bubble, and we're maybe due for a little, ebb and flow, like a little bit of a correction. But I mean, NFTs, like people in cryptocurrency, since NFTs got popular this year, have been saying, watch out, it's all going down, but they've only gone up. And big businesses, corporations, people, Disney, Fox, people with huge communities and followings, they've only been building how to launch NFTs to their community. So I'm hugely bullish. And I just want to say, you asked us earlier, what have you been buying? My personal strategy is I use altcoins to, make more Bitcoin, because they do outperform Bitcoin, or maybe even Ethereum. Like I'm a very conservative investor as well. I just made a rather sizable purchase in the last couple months into Cardano and into Polkadot. Those are kind of like the higher caps that I just recently bought. And, I don't think anybody should buy spot tokens unless you have an investor's thesis. And my investor's thesis is, as long as Ethereum is looking bullish, as long as Ethereum is valued this cycle, I think Ethereum competitors are going to do well. Very similar to 2017 with Bitcoin and the copycats. I don't think it's necessarily going to play out like Bitcoin versus Litecoin versus Bcash. I think with the DApp platform space, we could see a few different winners, and they don't have to go to zero versus Ethereum. But I'm betting on Cardano in the short to midterm. I think it's got a great narrative going into smart contracts. I think Polkadot is kind of like a hidden gem because they're much farther along than Cardano, but like many people don't know too much about them yet. So those are the two coins I was buying.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question, there was this big hack, and I think that you guys probably know even more about this than I do, but I believe $600 million were stolen. And there was a lot of FUD going around. And obviously I was very quick on Twitter telling people Bitcoin can't get hacked. No need to FUD about that. But obviously there are protocols out there that can get hacked and people lose money. So like, what do you think this means for altcoins in general, that we saw this big hack? We didn't see any bigger dumps so far, but in general, what do you think this means for altcoins in general?
The fact that on just a small, minute scale, that we didn't see a sell-off based on that historic news, that was the biggest exploit in cryptocurrency history, is bullish for the market, showing that they're sloughing it off. They don't care. They're still interested in accumulating in spite of that.
I agree with that. Because that's true. When you see bearish news have no impact, that's when you know we're in a bull market. That's how you can actually know that it's a bull market. So that's very cool.
And more bigger picture, and this is like, we made a video that day per usual addressing this to our audience, just the details and everything. But that's I had never heard of Poly Network. I didn't even know of its existence. Obviously, it had a lot of funds, people trying to find yield using it. But let this be a cautionary tale to everybody in the cryptocurrency space, how experimental these DeFi protocols are, even if they're audited. Even if you see notable people say, hey, I am trying this out. I do think there's some interest there from a technological or yield farming standpoint. We're early. And this is sort of if cryptocurrency is in the wild, wild west, these DeFi yield farming protocols are farther west. So a cautionary tale, don't invest money that you are not willing to lose. You're not understanding like, hey, this thing, I don't know. I'm not a technical person. So this thing could get hacked. Just always have that in mind.
I think that's a great point. I could not have said it better myself. I think never invest more than you can afford to lose in one single coin, token, protocol, yield farming. It's all risk. That's why you're getting these high yields. I mean, looking at these yields, you can get 50%, 100%, even 300% API. And yeah, there's nothing that comes with so much reward if there is not also a lot of risk. So great point there, everyone out there. That was like a big warning, because I know that there were some people that I actually know of that lost millions of dollars in this hack. Yeah.
But even to go further, dude, like you said at the beginning, at a preface, this did not happen in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has never been hacked, cannot be hacked. There's so much misinformation in the space. It's so important to like keep saying things like that. I know like the video we released yesterday covering this hack, just basically taking through, what happened very simply, saying this wasn't Polygon Matic, this was some other thing. This is what happened. This wasn't Bitcoin. It has over 200,000 views in less than 24 hours. And I think that just speaks to the fact that, whoever's like, if you release good information in the space, that's going to be valued. I think that's, you focus on Bitcoin. I think that's why a lot of people follow you. You know, we try and keep things real on our channel. I think that's why, you know, a lot of real people, I think that's why a lot of people follow us. But, and also speaks to the fact that there's plenty of opportunity in this space right now, because if you're in cryptocurrency for any amount of time, you come to learn, especially reading what the outside world writes about cryptocurrency. The most people don't really know that much. And you can have a real edge just by like actually like focusing on something in the cryptocurrency space.
100%. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this collaboration here. I guess the bottom line for this video, crypto is looking bullish. Bitcoin cannot get hacked, right?
I mean, it does have a 99.999% uptime. So Bitcoin's not perfect. I'm just saying it is the most censorship resistant. It is the safest sort of long-term play that we have there.
It is the safest, most secure form of money by far out there. This is true. This is true. I guess that's a very nice note to end this video on. And links down below, guys, to Altcoin Daily's YouTube channel. Go and click it, subscribe, watch their videos, amazing stuff. And I hope you guys will join my channel very soon in the future again.
Appreciate you, Carl. Thank you.
You have an awesome channel, even a more awesome Twitter account. I think you're dropping fire tweets, and I love being in the space with you.
Thank you so much, guys. Very nice. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.